my sheep. Do you see that? And I am known of mine. He said, I'm a good shepherd, and I know my sheep, and I am known by my sheep. So you see that the way the relationships go often in the church, you would often see that we have become friends. Do you understand? Yes. In fact, in chapter 15 and verse 12, look at chapter 15 from verse 12. He says, this is my commandment, that ye love one another the way I've loved you. Do you get love? Because this is Jesus. He's preparing them. He's going to go. And he says, I want you to relate with one another the way I have related with you. Then in verse 13, he goes on to explain how he has related with them. He said, greater love has no man than this, that a man laid down his life for his friends. Do you understand? He said, this is how I want you to relate. Then verse 14, he says, you are my friends if you do whatever I command you. Do you see? Yeah, you are my friends if you do whatever I command you. Then the next one. Henceforth, from now on, the relationship has changed. I do not call you servants, for the servant does not know what his Lord doeth. That means based on what I've shared with you in our interaction, what you know about me and what I know about you, he said, I have called you friends. For everything I've heard of my Father, I've made known to you. So he's saying that the relationship has upgraded from servant and master to now we've become buddies. Are you getting what I'm saying? You know, sometimes I look at people who have left the church and I just wonder, what are you going to do with all those photos in your house that have me in it? Do you get it? You have your baby dedication photo. Do you understand? And I'm in there, I'm laying hands on your baby. Even your wedding photo, which you have so proudly framed and put in your living room, I'm right there. What are you going to do about that? Yeah. You should not have asked me to bless your wedding. Yeah. Because now you're putting yourself in a dilemma. I look at some of the relationships. See, all these people here, they call me uncle. They call me uncle. Look at them. You see, what? If we break this relationship, what's going to happen to this? Ex-uncle. Many people confuse their children. Yeah, you raise up your children in an intimate setting like this. We are here, your children are next door. Right here are your children. As often as you have come here, they have also been here. Do you understand? Their friends are here. Their relationships are here. You're going to rise up one day and pull them out of all of this. Yes, you're going to separate the children from all of this. And what is at the head of that trailer is just your anger. Nothing substantial. It's just your anger that you couldn't control or overcome. That's the head of the trailer. What is pulling all this relationship apart is just that you are upset. Like Jesus did not give a remedy for being hurt. Did not Jesus give us a remedy for being hurt? Did not Jesus give me a 77 times 7 allowance on how many times I can expect you to forgive me? Yeah. Why are you failing only at number 2 when I have 77 times 7 to go? Yeah. 77 times 7 of the same thing, he said. Yeah. Not even assorted things. Yes. You don't understand it. And if you're a parent and you think that you can raise your children all by yourself, you lied. Yes. Yeah. There are some things your child will do it only if they hear it from somebody else. Yes. Yeah. See, parenting the way it is, you are set up to talk a lot. You get it? When you talk a lot at a point, you see, when anything is in a lot of supply, it's... So because your child hears you all the time, your words, even though they are true, they lose their impact. It's not that they are not true. They lose their impact. So you see your child coming to do something. She says, Uncle Payne now says, Uncle Payne said this, that. As though you haven't said it before. Yeah. But when Uncle Payne said it, it's become like the word of God. Then you should be grateful that there is an Uncle Payne. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yes. You should be grateful that there's someone like that. Yeah. So you see deep relationships that have been formed. That's what Jesus said, look, you guys are now my friends. And he said, I'm telling you we are my friends because of the things I've shared with you. He said, whatever I've heard of my Father, I've shared it with you. And he mentioned earlier that a servant does not know what his Lord doeth. That means the difference between servant and the upgraded relationship called friendship is the information that passes between us. Do you understand? The difference between a servant and a friend is that a friend knows more about you than someone who works for you. Are you getting the picture? Yes. So when we have shared together, sometimes even from our preaching, we reveal so much about ourselves. Do you understand? We tell you so much because the relationship, yes. Do you understand? Yes. We tell you different things. Every problem we have, you know it. Everything is, the relationship is so close now that as you are walking away, you are walking away with a piece of me. And I'm going to follow you for it. Yeah. If you call me a cult for that, that's fine. The people that call me a cult is because they don't have such a relationship with me. Yeah. It's not supposed that I offended you. So United Airlines, I told you, even they are dragging people off the plane, they are still expecting people to be loyal. Yeah. Yes. Do you know any airline that doesn't have a loyalty program? As though they never delayed on their plane, as though they never lost your bag. We had a meeting in Puerto Rico the other day. I was carrying our mixer from Puerto Rico back to California. The mixer, we went through New York and straight to California. They couldn't bring the mixer. I never found that thing to today. I was so upset with Delta. I swore I'll never fly this plane again. Yeah. It lasted 1 week. Yeah. Yes. Then I went back on the plane. Yeah. And when I got on the plane, they upgraded me. Yeah. Because they said, you're a lawyer. That is it. Those upgrades, what do you think they are for free? Yeah. They are their way of saying thank you for being with us in spite of our delays, in spite of losing your bag, in spite of not taking you on time, in spite of dragging you off the plane, in spite of all of that. Thank you for still flying us. Go and sit in the front. Yeah. Those who do not have that relationship, they pack them in the back. Yeah. Near the toilet at the back of the plane. Yes. Yeah. You say you are new. Go to the back. Yeah. Go to the back of the plane. Yeah. Next to the toilet. Go and sit there. Yeah. The front place is for, if we have any spare seats in the front, we give it to the people. Even last night when I was talking to you, I just looked at my phone and I got an email from United. They said they upgraded me to first class tonight. So I'm flying tonight. Yeah. But if you know what those people have done to me. Yes. If you fly enough, you will see what these airlines are like. Yeah. Yes. rude workers. They don't know where your things are. You ask a question one day on the plane, and then there was this flight attendant, an older mama who was on a plane, and then somebody, then she yelled at the man, "Sir, you need to sit your butt down." I said, "Hey, mama is here." We are home now, man. Mama has taken her spot. Hey, I tell you, you see, the man was a grown-up man. He was trembling like that. Yeah. Because mama said he should sit down. Yeah. Hey. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So the essence of the loyalty program is that you will continue to belong in spite of the obvious failings. Do you understand? Yes. And I'm saying, look, we relate like friends. You get it? My children, they call him Uncle Payne. They call him Uncle. That's their uncle. Like I don't have brothers. Yeah. And they would more readily relate this way than even with my siblings. Henceforth, he said, from the way that's not how, henceforth means that's not how it started. It means there's a point at which the thing changes. And he says it's based on how much you're into me and how much I am into you. I know so much about you. I mean, what are you? The question I'm yet to have an answer to is, what are you even going to tell your children? What are you going to tell them? How will you explain to little Johnny why he doesn't go to that church anymore? Why he doesn't see his little friends anymore? Yeah. What are you going to tell little Johnny? Are you going to be able to explain to little Johnny that pastor preached something you didn't like? Hey, little Johnny, shut up. Pastor, he preached something, I didn't like it. And that's why we're not going to that church anymore. Yeah, Mama, what did you say? He's not going to get it. And you see, you destroy the children. God gives them an ear and you destroy them. I think about churches. And I think about what a blessedness we have, that we have a bishop to whom God has given a unique grace to minister to young people. Yes. Yes. No, it is very rare. It is very rare that a person is given access to the next generation. People serve their generations. See, life is like a series of, give me like 3 sheets from your thing, like just like 2 or 3 sheets quickly. Yeah. And then the next sheet. Right. And the next sheet. Now, each sheet is a generation. So when life is like that, this is 1 sheet. That's 1 generation. It has its doctors, it has its pastors, it has its students, it has its husbands, it has its wives. And then that whole thing passes away. Do you understand? Then a new one comes. Then it has its doctors, it has its pastors, it has its... So that is why, do you know the story of the rich man and Lazarus? Yeah. Then the guy over there, he was campaigning that Father Abraham would send someone from that place to come and preach to his brothers. Do you get it? And Father Abraham said, no, it doesn't work that way. He said, they have Moses and the prophets. Let them hear them. Because on their sheet is Moses and the prophets. On your sheet, you also had whoever you had. You get, we can't transfer people from here onto that sheet. No one is easily given influence over this generation. People serve their generation. Now, when you see someone like Bishop Dag, who seems to have pastored 1 generation, which is us, and now is pastoring our children, you have to understand that something supernatural is happening in front of you. Yeah. Yeah. And when I was in the First Love Church the other day, I was just watching the person playing the keyboard is Bishop Ogo's son. Then I saw in the choir, I saw Anne Marie, who's Bishop Eddie's daughter. Then I saw behind the other keyboard, John Dag, who's Bishop Eddie's son. Then I saw sitting in the front of the place with his beard, Bishop Saki's son, Joel. And I saw all those people. These are the members of Bishop's church. As though their fathers are not pastors. And their fathers are all pastors with their churches. Do you understand? Yes. And their children belong to Bishop's church. It's fantastic. It's supernatural. That's not the way it goes. God has blessed us with an attraction to young people that makes young people able to mix with old people. Yes, it's like me and my sons, we listen to the same message. Can you imagine that? I'm preaching here. Daddy is here, mommy is here. And look at her. She's also here. And what I'm saying is relevant to all of them. And there's nothing like, yeah, say it to them. No, everybody is thinking about themselves. Yeah. No, it's a unique church. It's a unique church. That's not the way it goes. And you see people recklessly pulling their children from this environment. Yes. And saying bad things to the children. Now you're going to take him away and realize that you didn't only separate him from this voice, but you separated him from your voice as well. Yeah. Because apparently it was this voice that was showing him how to relate with your voice. Yeah. But you won't know what you have done. Yeah. You won't know what you have done. Samson was just playing with this girl when she was just saying, well, show me where your strength is. Show me where your strength is. Show me what makes things work around. And he's just joking with it. Then he tells the girl, if you to give me a shave, everything will change. Yeah. When he gives out that secret, then the girl truly takes the thing and cuts it off. Do you understand? Yes, because in Judges 16 and 5, look at it. Look at the strategy. In Judges 16 and 5, he says, and the lords of the Philistines came up to her and said unto her, entice him. Do you get it? And entice him. And then see wherein. That means in what? And in which place? Do you get it? His great strength lieth. Then he says, and by what means we may prevail against him, that we may bind him to afflict him. Do you understand that? Yes. Can you help us locate what is the source of his strength? Can you help us locate what is keeping this family together? What is making your daughter interested in obeying you? Lord, because I was telling you yesterday that as I've been listening to the testimonies, the more I hear people say, I didn't have a good relationship with my mother, I just realized the whole of life is set up to be cursed. Our default behavior leads us into curses. How can it be inconsequential that the person through whom you came to be, do you get it? You are at loggerheads with the person and you say that it does not matter. It's got to matter. How can you mistreat, dishonor something that has given you life and say that it does not matter? Even your car that you drive, how can you not ever service it and say it doesn't matter? Huh? No, it's going to matter.
Big time.
It's going to matter. Do you understand? The person who gave birth to you, how can you just get up? Someone has polished her daughter and raised her up, and you just go grab that person. Do you get it? And say, I can just live with her. You get it? And the mother and father don't like it, but it doesn't matter. How can it not matter? If I was selling a few things on the table, even if it was just lemonade, and I was just selling lemonade in front of my house, and I've gone to make my lemons and made my water and put the sugar and put everything, I've come to sit by the table, and you are just passing. You take a cup, you fetch some, and you just drink, and you throw the cup. You say, it does not matter. Will you be surprised if you look behind and something is following you? Would you be surprised if you look behind and I'm following you? Yeah. So a lot of people, a lot of things are following you. Yes. He said, look, to help us, you need to entice him and see where is his great strength? Why aren't his kids rebels? Where is that great strength? Then he says, and by what means can we prevail against him? Because if we can identify his strength, then we know what to do. Yes. That is when Samson said, cut my hair. It will go. And the people say, really? It's in the hair? That's all. No. The next day, they had shaved his hair with styles. You know some of these haircuts? They made zigzag all around here. Took away his strength. It's because people don't know where the source of their strength is. Wow. You don't even know why you're still married. Yeah. You don't even know that why you're still married. Yeah. And you just yank your family away from your source of sanity. The thing that's keeping you sane and keeping you thinking correctly. I was telling you yesterday, there's a lot of counseling in our church in preaching. I mean, there's nothing that goes unmentioned. Ish. I tell you. I'm telling you. Everything. Yes. Yes. Do you see? Yeah. And you see, because of the plenty counseling, you see, even if you look around our church, you see that the divorce rate is really low. Do you understand? Relative to the number of people we have. Yeah. It's not that we are perfect people or whatever, but what I'm saying is that, I mean, we hear so much that a lot of things that could break end up being fixed. Do you get? Your thinking is shaped. Because the Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Do you understand? So the way he is because of the way he thinks. Do you understand? Now, teaching is what corrects thinking. Do you understand? So, if you correct his thinking by exposing him to a certain kind of teaching, you will correct the way he is. Because as a man thinketh, so is he. So when the thinking has changed, the way he is also changes. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. I know a lot of stingy brothers who are now generous. Yeah. Yeah. It's always the brothers, yeah.
When it comes to money, it's us.
Brothers who never bought flowers. Brothers who were totally oblivious to Valentine's Day or birthdays or any of the celebrations that tickle a woman. No. Yeah. I know a lot of them who have changed. Yeah. Know a lot of people like that. Yeah. They've changed. And I know a lot of ladies too who now bath before they go to bed. Yeah.
Give it to them.
Yeah.
A lot of them are here.
I know a lot of that too.
They are here. Tell them. Change their thinking, Apostle.
Yeah. Oh.
Change their thinking, Apostle.
I know a lot of people like that. Yes. That you can see that a lot of behavior that went uncorrected. Because you see, all the things, the life skills that parents are often trying to pass on to children. Because a child is like something you are dressing up and fixing, but which is on a conveyor belt. Do you know what a conveyor belt is? Like an assembly line. The thing is moving, and you have a certain amount of time to fix it. Do you understand? And depending on what the thing is, fixing it is not so easy anyway. And so sometimes you're fixing it, but the time is running out. You're fixing it, and the time is out. So it gets to a place where now it's falling out of your thing, but it's not done. Yeah. Have you watched the cooking show called Chopped? Yes. You get it. You have to do it, and then the second, then they say, "Now it's finished." Yeah. You see, the thing is not plated properly, but the time is out. You get it? Then it has to roll on to the next person. So a lot of people that end up in somebody's home as a husband or a wife is an uncompleted job. Yeah. Yes. There is leftover foolishness that parenting did not have the time to correct. Yeah. So a lot of marital problems are actually leftover foolishness. Yes. Something your mama should have corrected. Yes. Yeah. One day a brother sent me a number of photos. He was very upset with his wife. He said, "Pastor, my wife, she's so dirty." Then he said, "Wait for me." Then he went to take photographs. He said, look at our room. Look. He said, "Look at it. Look. Piles of clothing here. Piles of clothing here. Look at it. Look at all these things." Yeah. Do you think he's the first person who is concerned about this? Yeah. Most likely this is what mama had been shouting over. Yeah. Which was met with a pulled mouth. Yeah. And an attitude. Yeah. That's what it is. That's it.
Apostle, expose them.
Yeah. Another person told me one day, she said that, "Look, my husband, when he opens his mouth, you need life support." Yes. And then she says that, and then she said, "And Pastor, he wants to kiss me." Do you think wives are the ones who are supposed to correct brushing of teeth? No. Brushing of teeth, it started with mother. But you see, this brushing of teeth thing, it started from over there, then over here, then over here. Brush your teeth. Over here, 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 then you fall off. and you enter somebody's house. Your teeth unbrushed. Now you've opened your mouth. You want to kiss. We need the oxygen mask from the plane to fit inside this our room. Yeah. Yeah. So you see, when you're talking to her, she's stepping backwards. And you say it's rudeness. You see, it's rudeness. You say, then you go to the pastor and you say, Reverend, my wife, she's rude. She's rude. And anytime I'm even talking to her, you see her walking away. Do you get it? But the thing is that, it is usually a matter of life and death. My breathing is severely compromised. Yes. That I can stand close to listen to your instruction. But if I do, I will not even live to obey it. You see the thing? Yeah. So you see that a lot of counseling is necessary. Yeah, people can be fixed. I tell you, people can be fixed. It's harder as you grow older, but it's not impossible. Yeah. Yes. So if you will listen, and that is what this thing has become. We have become friends. Friends. We're relating deeply. Yeah, so you should not blame your pastor that as you came to the church and you are not coming anymore or you want to leave, he's all over the place after you, has sent all the shepherds to call you. Yeah. Everybody is after you. Because, yes, and you even feel harassed. Yes. Yeah, I'm just trying to explain what is behind that harassing presentation. But it's not harassment. It is that we belong together and let's go for breakfast. We'll continue when we come back. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So now the other thing is that when you do breakfast ends at 10. So you're going to have to go straight from here to breakfast. And then after that, put your stuff together and check out. Then put your things in the car and then come back. So how about we do it for 11? Is that enough time? Or 11:30? 11. Okay. All right. 11 for 11:30. All right. So 11. I think 11 is fine. Okay. So come back. All right. 11. All right.